Welcome back to my channel. Hello friends. Ngasi akhoi tawgaduriba video part china Ctet ki child development and pedagogy ki previous year question contra ka analyze dominasi. Ahanbada question number 1 the children error and misconception. Children error and misconceptions signify that children capabilities are far inferior than that of adults are the significant step in the teaching learning process, are the hindrance and obstacle to the teaching learning process, should be ignored in the teaching learning process. The children की error and misconceptions है teaching and learning process की significant step अमु ओइदोइनेबा दुना question number 1 की answer से 2 से ओइदोइबा मथंगदना in the constructivist frame child is viewed as constructivist frame the angang kamaina view tawuno a problem solver and a scientific investigator miniature adult who is less than adult in all aspects such as size, cognition, emotion, tabula rasa or the blank slate whose life is shaped entirely by the experience, a passive vegan who can be shaped and molded into any form through conditioning. The angang constructivist frame the angang singse problem solver and scientific investigator oina view tawineba. Duna question number 2 gi answer city 1 wideba. Matagdana a teacher role while using cooperative learning in her class. Teacher gi cooperative learning the matamda teacher gi role se is to support the group which has bright and talented children. Bright and talented children labor group to khaklang support to bigadra is to be a silent spectator and let children do what they want. Ozado tuminna leishilaga angangsingda tawningbadu bok tawhangadra natraga class to haji thadoaga angangsingdo masa matonda zum tawhangadra natraga angangsingda supportive and monitor its group oigadra sine. Teacher gi role di supportive and monitor tawgudoineba ko aduna question number 3 gi answer di 4 oideba mathosty basic mental capacities are transformed into higher cognitive process primarily through adaptation and organization, reward and punishment, social interaction, stimulus and response association tawra. Lab biology ki matung ina angang singi mental capabilities se transform tawpa haidi higher cognitive process ta lakpada social interaction tawganeba. Lab biology ki theory ki mamingna socio-cultural theory ni dina social interaction tawraga angang singsi knowledge understanding upgrade taweba. Duna question number 4 gi answer di 3 wedeba. Manthangdana which of the following statement denotes the relationship between the development and learning correctly? Development and learning are interrelated and interdependent. Development and learning are not related. Learning takes place irrespective of development. Rate of learning far exceeds the rate of development. So, question number 5 ki answer di learning and development are interrelated and interdependent. Duna 5 ki answer di 1 hoiba. Mathangdana, according to Piaget's specific psychological structure, organized way of making sense of experience are called. By Piaget की मतुंगिना psychological structure तौर अखोगी way of making sense है अखोगी way of making sense है कमाइन तौबनो सिनी mental map तौब्रा mental tools तौब्रा scheme तौब्रा image तौब्रा दे सिग schemes है that is schema से सिउ इदुइन question number 6 की answer दी 3 इदुइन Mathangdana with an appropriate question suggestion the children understanding can be extended far beyond the point which she could have reached alone, which construct thus the above statement highlight intelligence oidoira, proximal development oidoira, equilibrium oidoira, conservation oidoira sine. Doidi sigi question number 7 ki answer sigi matung ina khoina proximal development oidoine ba ka angangduna matonda tawbo ngambagi ability do oidoine ba. Mathangdana selecting and presenting stories and clipping from newspaper that portray that both men and women in the non-traditional role is an effective strategy. counter gender stereotype ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ promote gender bias ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ promote gender constancy ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ encourage stereotypical gender role ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ question number 8 ꯒꯤ answer ꯗꯤ 1 ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ counter gender stereotype ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ question ꯅ read the following description and identify the stage of moral reasoning of Colvert description. Right action is defined by self-chosen ethical principles of conscience that are valid for all humanity regardless of law and social agreement. ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯜꯕꯔꯠꯀꯤ ꯃꯣꯔꯦꯜ ꯔꯤꯖꯅꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯊꯤꯑꯣꯔꯤꯗꯒꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯗꯤꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯞꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯖꯦꯁ ꯈꯟꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯗ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯚꯔꯁꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯏꯊꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯟꯁꯤꯄꯜ ꯑꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯇꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯗ ꯏꯟꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯨꯃꯦꯟꯇꯦꯜ ꯄꯔꯄꯁ ꯑꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯇꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯛ ꯑꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯇꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯃꯦꯟꯇꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯇꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 9ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯁꯦ 1 ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯚꯔꯁꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯏꯊꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯟꯁꯤꯄꯜ ꯑꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯇꯦꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ one of the major accomplishment of concrete operational stage ki major accomplishment ama hayushini duidi koina secondary circular reaction oidoira animistic thinking oidoira ability to conserve oidoira hypothetic deductive reasoning oidoira sini kodun question number 10 gi answer di ability to conserve oidoineba mathangdana Constructivists such as Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky view learning as process of meaning making by active engagement, acquisition of skill consisting of response, passive, repetitive process. Duna khoigi Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky na ko constructivist hadi khoina knowledge construct tawudune bangang singdina ko aduna mokhoina learning se meaning making by active engagement tawraga construct taweba ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯤꯟ ꯄꯤꯌꯥꯖꯦꯠ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯞ ꯕꯥꯏꯒꯣꯁꯇꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 11ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯗꯤ 1 ꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ which of the following played important role in the child socialization ko childgi socialization tawba matamda important roles play tawba kai kai no media school family neighborhood socialization dadi media na su role lawi school na su lawi family na su lawi neighborhood na su lawi so aduna option mari mak chume aduna question number 112 ki a rama number 1 se 1 2 3 4 se si chu do answer se mathangdana as per Howard Gardner theory of multiple intelligence, how will the intelligence of a person with the following characteristic be characterized? Howard Gardner की theory की मतुंग इना that is multiple intelligence की theory की मतुंग इना characteristic कर पीरी से असी सिदा मागी intelligence की skill do find out to do खोइना ability to detect and respond appropriately to the mood, temperament, motivation and intention of others. Therapeutic oidoira naturalistic oidoira intrapersonal oidoira interpersonal oidoira sini duty ability to detect and respond appropriately to the mood temperament adwedi question number 13 ki answer se 14 4 si oidoira interpersonal si oidoira mathangdana which of the following should be reason for assessment of children ko angangi assessment obagi reason find out to doini to separate and label children into non-achiever, low achiever, average and high achiever. Oza amana proof teaching and learning process in the classroom. Assessments in a teaching and learning process se improve the hangatra to find out what changes and progress in learning that take place in the child over the period of time to discuss capabilities, potential strength and challenging area of the child with parents. Adwidi Sishu ko assessment sina teaching and learning process improve tawni angang singsida kai changes lae ko over the period of time the moina kyam progress oi haibisuma assessment na khanghan gani dagi anga mako oza singna khangatla matungda assessment tawra matungda makoigi capabilities angang singi potential strength and challenging areas singse parent discuss tawbi gani ko 1 ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯑꯦꯁꯦꯁꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯅꯟ ꯑꯦꯆꯤꯚꯔ ꯂꯣ ꯑꯦꯆꯤꯚꯔ ꯑꯦꯚꯔꯦꯖ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯦꯆꯤꯚꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯁꯦꯄꯔꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯣꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ 2 3 4 ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁꯟ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 14ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯗꯤ 2 3 4 2 3 4 ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯣꯞꯁꯟ ꯔꯃꯥꯟ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 4 ꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ 14ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯁꯦ 4 ꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ several research studies show that teachers have more overall interaction with boys than girls. What is the correct explanation of this? Boys are easier to manage than girls in the classroom. Boys have much more academic capabilities than girls. Boys need more attention than girls. This is an example of gender bias in teaching. Several research and studies in ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯇꯤꯆꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯣꯚꯔꯑꯣꯜ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯕꯣꯏꯁꯇꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯒꯔꯜꯁꯇꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔ ꯕꯥꯏꯁꯅꯦꯕ ꯇꯤꯆꯤꯡ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯁꯦꯁꯇ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔ ꯕꯥꯏꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝꯄꯜ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ 15ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯁꯦ 4 ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯗꯤ which of the following is central to the concept of progressive education. Progressive education ꯒꯤ centralꯁꯦ ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ believe in capabilities and potential of every child. Every childꯒꯤ capabilityꯗ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ potentialꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ believe ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ progressive educationꯒꯤ central concept ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ 16ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯗꯤ 3 ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯅꯤ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ to understand individual difference in development it is important individual difference ama khangge haragadi development da ko important oribasi karino habada to consider both inherited characteristic as well as environmental factor and their interplay ko sisi question 17 gi answer si 1 orani ko akoina development se individual difference amagi development da individual difference akoina khangge haragadi akoigi magi environment ki factor as well as mangonda yauriba inherited oiba characters animakse consider tawdoineba ko aduna 17 gi answer sidi 1 orani mathangdana which of the following is not principle of development sikisida not haibase muna yingbigadamni ko if not haragadi negative da laani haidi odd oiba option da adudo answer oidoineba adudi question number 18 gi answer is exact course and nature of development is determined at the time of birth itself ko haidi exact course and nature development ki exact course and nature se pokpadagi ta khangi asini individual develop at different rate individual some se different rate to develop the way asibudi chume natra development is relatively orderly development is order line tawi ko development take place gradually over the period of time chichu chume dudi akoina haidi development ama se akoina exact course in nature se popoka khangba ngamba nate duna question number 18 gi answer sidi 1 oidiba mathangina which of the following is most important in an inclusive classroom da loina digi important oibase karambano inclusive classroom haragadi akoina disability oiba nga that is special children singa normal satra singa punna teaching and learning process to bibodo adudo akoina inclusive classroom haineba ko aduna question number 19 gi answer se individualized education plan tawudra uniform instruction tawudra standardized testing tawudra promoting competition learning tawudra sini dudi question number 19 gi answer di 1 chi oirani ko mathangdana which of the following is a correctly matched pair of learner and their primary characteristic attention deficit learner high motivation can sustain attention for the long period of time attention deficit angang singdi makoina attention se a long period of time leiba ngamoiba sisimadi oiraroi hearing impaired learner cannot comprehend visual information dyslexic learner lack of reading and writing fluency creative learner the hyperactive slow in completing creative angang singdi hyperactive then makoina tawribo work da haidi slow oiroi creative things yamna creative high creative level yamna kaino tawdoini moidi thuna tawbo ngamdoineba duna question number 20 gi answer di dyslexic learner haidi iba ngamdaba adigi paba ngamdaba ko fluency oiba ngamdaba jumasine duna question number 20 gi answer di 3 ji oideba mathangdana the ability to come up with original and divergent solution to a problem is a primary characteristic of Koddi. Children with learning disability, egocentric children, impaired children or creative children or 21 answer D 4 what what instructional adaptation should be a teacher make while working with students who are visually challenged ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ instructionꯁꯦ ꯀꯝꯕ instruction adapt ꯇꯧꯒꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ speak clearly, use a lot of touch feel material ꯀꯣ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯉꯥꯡꯕꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯤꯈꯩꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯐꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯀꯣ ꯃꯦꯇꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯨꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ 22ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯗꯤ 2ꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ cooperative learning and peer tutoring dash is an inclusive classroom ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ should be actively promoted ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ inclusive classroomꯗꯗꯤ cooperative learning and peer tutoringꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ actively promote ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯑꯃꯅꯀꯣ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ 23ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯗꯤ option number 2 ꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ which of the following does not result in many facilitation of learning ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ question number 24ꯒꯤ ꯑꯟꯁꯔꯁꯤꯗꯤ promoting repetition and recall not ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ not meaningful ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ facilitation of learningꯁꯦ meaningful ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯟꯕꯗ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯣꯏꯗꯕꯗꯨ ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ encouraging multiple way of looking at a problem ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ multiple solution encourage ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯤꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ learning ꯇꯧꯕꯗ meaningful ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯨꯀꯣ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ connecting new knowledge to pre-existing knowledge ꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ already ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ knowledgeꯇꯨꯗ ꯑꯅꯧꯕ knowledge ꯑꯃ ꯍꯥꯞꯆꯤꯟꯕꯤꯕ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯨ meaningful ꯑꯣꯏꯕ learning ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ example and non-example use ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯕ particular ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ repetition and recall ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ negative-ꯇ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ question number 24ꯒꯤ answerꯁꯦ 3 ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯅ which of the following will not be consistent with a constructivist environment constructivist environment da ko consistent oidaba karambano sine piriba option singsidagi aduidi teacher employ specific and of the term assessment strategy and give feedback on product rather than process product 25 ki answer sidi 1 oirani ko mathangna a teacher should encourage the student to set learning goal rather than performance goal. Teachers singchina mogi learning goal to the hindana and encourage the wudami rather than performance goal. Mathangi question na which of the following strategies will promote meaning making in children? 27 ki answer na exploration and discussion. Question 27 ki answer si 2 se hoiba. Which of the following are example of effective learning strategy? 28 की आंसर सीधी अखोइना effective learning strategy से setting goal and timetable ओइगदबा देगी making organization chart and conceptual map ओइगदबा thinking of example and non-example explaining to the peer self questioning 28 की आंसर से सिकी पीरिबा ऑप्शन जिंग शलोइनो ओइदोइनि तुना 1 से ओइदोइबा Mathangdana, which of these is an example of extrinsic motivation? Extrinsic motivation haragadi outside the lapo motivation. Duna 29 ki answer se 1 with I complete my homework because the teacher give us mark for his assignment ko. Mark to kita magda tawudo marks in extrinsic motivation chine. Duna 29 ki answer se 1 with Mathangina, in a primary classroom, a teacher should primary classroom teachers singchina board example and an example period takadavaneba. Then 30 answer set for